In this video, we will show you how to build in Minecraft and share some helpful building tips and ideas. You can place blocks using the right-click button on your mouse. To remove blocks, use the left-click button. If you're in creative mode, blocks will break instantly. But if you're in survival mode, you will need to use specific tools for specific blocks to break. For example, you can break dirt and grass blocks without any tools, but it is more convenient and faster using a shovel. You can break wood blocks using an axe and stone blocks using a pickaxe. To begin building, you will need to find an area to build in. Most players prefer to build in a plains biome because it generally has flatter areas, which means less terraforming. But there are many other interesting biomes to choose from. Once you've settled for a location, terraform the area if needed to make space for your build. The key to building is setting a foundation for your build. This helps you plan where you want everything to be and how much space you need. You can do this by placing blocks to create an outline of the build. If you're not sure how you want your build to look, start by building a rectangle, and then slowly alter the rectangle by adding in random shapes or changing the corners. Keep in mind that you will need to build a roof later on, so make sure the walls are going to work with the roof. And you can always adjust the shape of the build later on while building. After you've figured out the shape of your build, plan what blocks you want to use. The blocks you decide to use should fit the theme of your build. For example, if you're going for a medieval type of build, you will most likely focus on wood and stone blocks. If you're going for a modern look, you can use blocks such as quartz and concrete. Use the blocks of your choice to add walls and raise them to the level you want. It's always recommended that the walls are higher than 3 blocks for your build to look better and have more space. If you're planning on having 2 floors, you will need to build higher walls. Another thing to consider is whether or not you want to add a balcony. If so, you will need to make space for a flatter area within your build in order for that to work. You can use fences and fence gates for the balcony. To add more definition to your build, use a mix of different blocks together. But make sure the blocks that are put together make sense. For example, if you're mainly using wood for walls, try to alternate between using planks and logs. This way, you stick to the wood theme but you add more definition to your build. You can also use 2 different wood types together to add more color. The same concept goes for stone. There are many different stone types you can use, and using 2 or 3 different kinds of stone blocks together works as well. Moving on to the roof, there are many roof types you can build, but this depends entirely on the structure and theme of your build. For this house, I'm going to be building a classic gable roof, but you can build many other kinds of roofs. For example, if you're going for a more modern build, you can make a flat roof using slabs. Or you can build a mono-pitch type of roof. If you want to go for a classic roof but spice it up, you can go for a more curved look. And if you're building something in a medieval theme, you can do an A-frame look. For this roof, I'm going to be using both spruce stairs and oak stairs to add color to the build. To make roofs look better, you can place stairs upside down on the inside to create a thicker frame. Once you're done, you should have all the important aspects of your build complete. The next step would be to figure out where you want to add windows and add a door where you want the main entrance to be. You can use normal glass or stained glass for windows, or if you're going for a medieval theme, you can use fences instead. You can add window sills by placing stairs upside down under windows to add more definition to the walls. You can also add trapdoors as window shutters or as fences. You can add some plant pots with your choice of flowers on the windowsills to decorate the exterior of your build. And you can add some leaves and lanterns around the building. These small little details and decorations really bring your whole build together. Another way to add more plants to your build is to use grass or dirt surrounded by trapdoors with plants on top. And to finish off your build, you can create a path using different stone types together. If you prefer a more earthy path, you can use a shovel to create grass paths and use podzol, coarse dirt, and gravel along with it.